Sunday. Welcome everybody to Planting Seeds with Darlaina Rose. 100 women, 100 days, 100 interviews, no days off. I hope that you are having an amazing Sunday. And for those of you who are celebrating Mother's Day, I hope that and praying that you are enjoying your amazing day today. I am excited to be here with another amazing woman. This lady is no different than all of the rest that we have had on. Just bomb, bomb, bomb. And I know that you're going to love her the same way that I do from the first day I met her. So let me get on to Instagram and get that part popping. Welcome everybody to Planting Seeds with Darlaina Rose. 100 women, 100 days, 100 interviews. Today is an amazing day. I hope that you are enjoying your Sunday. I absolutely have enjoyed mine, just doing my favorite thing. Nothing. Hello, Ishmael. Yes, doing nothing. That is my favorite thing to do, and that's the thing I got to do. So I hope that you ladies are getting to do exactly what you want to do. Bye, Felicia is here. I'm so excited for this lady, you guys. From the day I met her, as my friend Jathia would say, I'm keeping her. We find people along the way that we decide that we're going to keep. And she absolutely is one of those ones that I have decided to keep. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello,
you look so amazing as always. Can I just...
You should have seen me trying to figure out what to wear. I was like, all right, so I know Darlaina Rose will have her a beautiful rose going on. So let me see what I can get out the closet.
Oh, well, you look beautiful as I have expected. Can I tell you, I don't even know how long it's been since Danielle introduced us. When I came to LA, September, right? That was September last year.
It had to be like September.
Yep, September. I remember now because one of our other friends talked me into coming. I had literally buried my mother 2 days before I came to LA. And they talked me into coming. It was like, just come. I said, okay, I'm gonna just come there and be sad. Y'all don't want me to come because I'm gonna be sad. And they're like, you ain't gonna be sad, just come. And I promise you that you were one of the highlights of that weekend. That week, we were there for the week. For that week, 10 days, I think. 10 days.
You was there for like a week.
Yeah, so it truly was a highlight meeting you and your husband. During that time, it was rough, but you guys came and just lit up the day. And I just said, I'm keeping her. I'm keeping her.
Right.
I like her, Danielle. I'm keeping her. So, and in that time since we met, I just been watching you. And watching you, East Coast grown, out there on the West Coast, just killing the game. And I'm just really, so many people talk about the things that they want to do. They say things like, when I grow up, I want to be a star. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. Somebody, Miss Butterbug said, keep her, she's worth it. I'm absolutely.
That's my sister.
Oh, yes, sister. I'm keeping her. I'm keeping her. I'm keeping her. It always gets me excited when I see somebody living on purpose and living their dreams. Because living your dream, people talk about, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. Living your dream is not easy.
No,
living your dream is not for the faint at heart.
Right.
Because there's first of all, you got to research the dream. You gotta figure out what you gotta do to make the dream happen. And a lot of times you gotta put money in the dream. You gotta put money in the dream. And so sometimes we be like, oh, that costs too much. I'm not doing that. I'ma just dream about my dream. I'm not gonna
Sometimes
do it.
you're just like, all right, maybe I should wake up for this fucking dream.
Yes.
Dream, child.
What is the dream? So I see you living your dream. And I have been in the front row, like just yes. And I think the most profound thing that I saw you do was when you played the homeless woman. And you talked about that experience of being homeless and how you have a different respect for people in those positions. We don't know how people end up in those places. And LA is truly written with a lot of people who are in that position. When I came there, I thought it was really a scene from the movies. With how much homelessness is there. Even one of my friends was like, I dropped her off downtown LA and she said, don't go to the left, just go to the right. Whatever you do, just go to the right. And she's paying like a lot of money for the place that she lives at, but literally Skid Row is like across the street from her. And they were talking about how LA may even be enabling to a degree because they are giving people tents and all these different things. But I just really thought that it was very profound because you didn't just say, oh, let me just put on some dirty clothes and let me just be homeless. No, you went all the way in. Your nails.
And it was so, I'm gonna try not to get emotional even talking about it because it was actually a random project because my husband is into, cinematography now. And so he was like, let's create a powerful short, like something that has meaning because that's something that we always want to do, right? Something that's meaningful. And it was really random how we decided to do it. And when I tell you I was dedicated into getting into character, I mean, I was scratching my scalp, child. I was like, let me get some dandruff or something under my nails. I'm scratching anything and everything, makeup, scratching it to get like my nails dirty. I mean, using the makeup on my clothes. Like, he told me not to take a shower that day. So I didn't take a shower. I didn't eat before I went outside, and it was late at night. I didn't eat for a long time. It was so crazy. And then the overall experience was even more because it's like, in the area that we live in, we don't actually see a lot of homeless people. So I thought, Darlaina, when we went outside, it was literally the full experience. And I feel like that was also God.
Yeah.
He was like, if you're going to do this and you're going to try to put out a message, I need you to really understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't help but to be so emotional. My grandma says that every time that she drives, because she lives in Philly, she says every time she sees a homeless person, she cries.
Yeah.
She said because she never looked at it from that.
Yeah, from that angle. Yes, absolutely. So you and your husband are amazing together. I started to follow him as well and see some of the projects that he's doing in music and all of that. And I'm just like, they're both just talented. They're perfect for each other. So although you may not hear me or see me, or I might not always comment and stuff, but I am absolutely a fan. I am a fan of both of you. I am watching you. I saw you also play like a detective. And you had the gun, and then you walked in. I'm like, oh, I'm scared. She all. So I just see your diversity, and I think that you are absolutely somebody who belongs on all the screens. You truly are laying the amazing groundwork and letting us see your depth and how far you can go. I could see you next to Viola and Octavia and all of them. Like I see it because you're so dedicated to it. And then I also watch your practice reels that you do when you're practicing all of that, and so I'm with you, sis. I'm so deep in with you. I'm like, do you know? You like, y'all need to know, like, y'all watching, like, because like, yo, she from Willingboro. She from Willingboro in LA, East Coast grown, out there living like amazingly. And so this whole project with me and women started only because I wanted to introduce the dope women in my network to the dope women in my network. And you just got pulled in, and I just was like, oh, I'm keeping her too. And so I just got so excited, watching you, because so many people need more examples of people living their dream.
Right.
And sometimes the dream costs so much. The dream can cost living away from your family. Living in
on Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day.
I want my mommy. I'm not gonna cry.
No, we're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry.
I was like, get on there, cry, because I got the ugly cry.
Oh no, you gotta practice, not the ugly cry. Like, you gotta practice.
It gets vicious.
Yes, I know. Oprah talks about that. She said, I had to learn not to ugly cry hearing all these stories, right? So we have to learn not to ugly cry. So we're not gonna ugly cry. I cried today too. It's my first Mother's Day without my mom. So I absolutely understand the ugly cry. I definitely understand it. And I was doing really good all day until Miss BBB, another amazing woman that I had on. She had a photo shoot with her mom, and then Tiana Taylor has this song. She did a remake of Marvin Sapp's "Never Could Have Made It." I was done.
Oh wow!
I was done.
Yeah.
I was a goner.
Right.
I was a goner. I said all this stuff I looked at all day. I was fine all day until I get to your stuff. So I definitely did. We definitely not gonna ugly cry. So that was the whole purpose. I really wanted people to know who these amazing women are in my network, and you truly are a part of my network. And I want people to know you, see you, follow you, watch you, and see that dreams can come true if you commit to your dream.
Absolutely.
And I know for 100% fact that you are committed to your dream, as am I. I am committed to my dream as well. Thank you, Jessica. Happy Mother's Day to you too. I am so committed to my dream, the dreams of the people around me. How in the world can we just be regular? Like, this is, we just can't be regular. Like, some people can be regular, and that's okay, because we need regular people in the world. But then we need people to entertain us. We need people to, we need to be able to turn on the TV and see somebody fun. We need to be able to turn on the TV. I love turning on the TV and seeing people. I remember. Oh my God.
Right.
That's Felicia.
Like, I remember when that night we was talking till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God. Yes.
Everybody fell asleep and we just up talking like, girl, I know.
Yes, listen, because I was already in a crazy space, and I just trusted.
We all were.
We all
were with the pandemic, and then I didn't even realize that it was that soon after that you were here after your mom.
Yes.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot going on, but I was so grateful for Danielle, because she absolutely was like, you need to just come. You need to just come. And then my other friend Jones too was like, you just need to come. And I'm just like, no, I can't come because, hold on, somebody's calling me. I'm like, no, I can't come because I was just saying, like, no, I can't come. I'm really sad. I can't come. And so I had this whole idea that I was going to come to the beach, and I was going to cry on the beach, and I was just going to be sad on the beach.
And you just came and you were speaking life, and that was like, that really attracted me. Like, it was perfect timing for both of us, because like, sometimes you don't know that you need somebody until they're in your presence. You're like, wow, I needed this conversation.
Yes.
And it's just like, I would not have even been able to tell what was going on with you. You know what I mean? Because you just brought light. Like, you woke up from a nap, all rejuvenated. You came out and was just like, hi, I am Darlaina Rose. Like, you came out with power, sis. Like, you I told my best friends about it. Like, we had a group call, and I was like, let me tell y'all about Darlaina Rose.
Oh,
like,
my God. See?
And I had to crack it up because it was just an awesome night. So
yes, well, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for you. And so this whole thing started for Women's Month too. So Women's Month, during Women's Month, I wanted to, have my 30 friends for 30 days. And then I had more than 30 friends. I had 60 friends. And then my friends were like, I want to do it. And then it was 90 days and 90 days was uneven. So I was like, let's do 100. So I was trying to look, kind of see, because my brain be going other ways sometimes. So I got to look real fast to see episode 69. 69 days straight. 69 days straight. No days off. No days off. Commitment? Yes, commitment. And one of my friends said, who decides to do a show and has 100 episodes in season 1? Right. Darlaina Rose. Right. And so in the spirit of Women's Month, when you think about the women, and it's Mother's Day too, so when you think about the women that are in and around you, is there someone that inspires you in this moment?
In this moment, I feel like right now I'm just in a space of just trying my best to listen. Yeah. So I'm going to say that anybody who brings light, anybody who has a story that they're willing to share, that's who inspires me right now.
Absolutely.
In honor of Mother's Day, my mom inspires me. I was just on the phone with my mom and my sister earlier, and I'm just looking and just talking to them about the past. I'm just like, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't be this way, or, and it just, I have been blessed to be surrounded by some amazing, amazing people, including amazing women that helped shape me in ways that sometimes I'm just so spoiled that I don't even realize how blessed I am to have them.
Yes.
So that's really how I feel. Like last week, I was on set and I was doing background work, and I didn't know anything about the show, and I didn't know who was in the show because it was like one of those last minute bookings. And I just see Octavia Spencer just come out. And it's like, you don't really know sometimes how much you like somebody until you're in their presence and you're just like, okay, why do I like you? And then you start thinking of all the movies and how monumental it's been, and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize how much I like Octavia Spencer,
I love her.
So that's kind of like, right? She's amazing.
Yes.
And so that's kind of like how I am. I'm like, if I see you and you share a little bit of your story, like, that's what inspires me. So any powerful woman who is going after what she wants and can be vulnerable enough to let you know the process, which is more real than anything else, I'm inspired. I'm inspired by you. I'm telling you, I am so inspired. Because it's just like, I might not be available because here it's like 4 o'clock.
Yes.
So I catch the replays. And just seeing like how you went from the beginning, like you said, 30 days, 60 days to 100. Now you're on episode 69.
Yes.
And then just hearing you, I'm gonna tell you which interview you did that inspired me the most. It was when, I can't remember her name, but it was basically like one of your adopted daughters. And she was talking about how, oh my God, I was sitting here like, this is so inspirational. Because it's like how a lot of us want to be. We want to leave that we want to leave an impression on people. We don't want to just live, right?
Yes.
And then just hearing how she just spoke so highly of you and how it just was so natural. I was just like, come on.
I know.
Because we live in such a selfish world right now.
She made me cry,
and to hear that this isn't new for you. Like, you've been this way. I was like, oh, so she really liked this like this. I'm so
Yes, absolutely. My mother and my father, for all of the years we were little, 9 of us. So I had 4 brothers and 4 sisters. We always had somebody living with us. Always. I remember my aunt came to live with us, her husband, and her 5 kids. We was in like 4 bunk beds and 1 bedroom. All of us doubled up in the bed, foot, the head, all that. That was just us. We always did that. And my children, they got a chance to, see some of the ways that my mother and father was. And then I became that. My brothers and sisters became that. We always had somebody living with us, always. Right. And I remember I have a stepdaughter. And she told me, she said, Mom, one of my friends need a place to stay. And my kids just would bring people home. How Nicole came into our life, I wasn't even officially a foster parent. They just brought her home from the football field. They was like, she was there for the last 3 days, and we had to give her something to eat, and so we just told her to come here.
Right.
And so the rest of so my family, my kids are exactly the same way. They always got somebody. My son just let a young boy, 16 years old, who we know his parents, but they have no control over him. He's just all over the place. And my son let this 16-year-old boy move in with him.
Wow.
And his mom was like, he's really listening to your son. Your son told him, my son said, you want to be a bum? The rest I said, no. I said, no, you didn't. He said, you want to be a bum sleeping on the street?
Intervention.
Or you wanna do something. And he's different. He's better. And so yeah, this goes very much deeper than me. It's generations and generations of people who just want to be, a conduit for people to be better and know better and know that, you're not the only one going through it. And the only difference between yourself and me and other thought leaders of the world is that we are more transparent about our situations. We want you to know we human too. You can see all the glitz and all the glam and all of that kind of stuff, but just know that some stuff happened before. Some stuff happened before, and stuff is still happening and will continue to happen. We're not special. One of my mentors, Sandy Williams, she said, Darlaina, do you think you're special? Because you're not.
Oh, wait a minute.
She said, because you're not. She said, everybody has these same problems. You think you're the only one that lost your mom? You think you're the only one that lost your job? You think you're the only one who had somebody cheat on you or had somebody break your heart? You're not the only one. The only difference between you and the rest of us is we talk about it. Transparent about it. We want people to see and hear and know that you can experience this, but here I am as the evidence that you will be okay.
Right.
And so you sit as the evidence that if you go for your dream, that if you do it, you can sustain the dream. And sometimes the dream might mean you got to stay up longer, and sometimes to fund your dream don't mean you just can't quit your job. You still got to work your job while you fund your dream until your dream takes you to next level. And that's the part that I think some people think. They think, oh, I just got to quit my job and I just got. No. It's not.
Do not do that.
That's not what we're doing. That is not what we're recommending here. No. So, I mean, really, like, I just really am so excited about people like you that's just like, I'm taking this bull by the horns, I'm getting on and I'm going. And so I absolutely love LA. I love the time. The time difference makes me do more work. I don't understand what that's about, but because of the time that I guess at some point you do get used to it. But every time I come there, it's like a reset for me. So I absolutely love being there. So talk to us about this actor space that you're in, and what would it look like if somebody just said, I think I might want to do that. What should a person do that wants to be an actor?
So I think, let me grab my water bottle real quick.
Okay.
I'm looking at it, it's looking at me.
Yes
because I talk a lot, so.
yes
Okay, sorry. So if someone wants to be an actor, what I would say is to figure out why you want to be an actor. Figure out what your why is.
Yes.
And my teacher says that all the time. Shout out to Sheldon. I'm not in his classes right now, but that leads me to my next thing, is to get into some classes. Yes. And it's not necessarily saying you have to go to college for it, because college is not necessarily for everybody. But I would say that you should take classes to learn the craft of acting.
Yes.
Just to, learn the different acting styles and figure out one that works for you. Read some books, listen to some interviews of people, so you can really understand what it means. Because when I decided to be an actor, it came after I had studied for, because I wanted to be a news reporter. Actually, I wanted to be Oprah. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
Okay. All right.
Oprah.
Yes.
Because I wanted to be a talk show host, and so I was like, well, what did Oprah have to do to get her own talk show? And that's when I found out that she started off as being a news reporter in Baltimore, and then she later went to Chicago, and then eventually it branched into a show.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then I realized that that's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a news reporter. I didn't want to go through the same steps.
Yes.
Like, I wanted to be seen. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to talk, but being a news reporter wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then I found out that I like to perform. I've always liked to perform.
Yeah.
Reciting poetry. I used to do that since elementary school. And so I was like, okay, maybe I should tap into acting. So that's when I decided I wanted to be an actor. Like, after going through graduate school, studying media management and everything,
wow.
finally realized that I wanted to act and put on skits and stuff. So that's when I moved to LA. And so when I moved here, I learned what it meant to be an actor. And it wasn't just what I saw on TV. I thought you just show up and use your personality and boom.
Yeah.
No. It's a whole craft behind it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would suggest for anybody who wants to be an actor. Find out what it actually means to be an actor. How long are you on set? How many times do you have to do a scene? Like, are you that dedicated to it?
Yeah.
Are you willing to be available whenever they want you to be available? Because your time is not your time once you decide that you want to be an actor.
Yeah.
Like, if you want it, you have to make yourself available. So figure out your why.
Yeah.
And if it's something that you really want to do and pursue, take classes, learn the craft, read books, and really dig into it and start to really view you'll change your perspective on life. And then next thing you know, you'll always kind of like be thinking about acting. And even when you want to like run away from it, it reels you back in your why, is being fulfilled.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
You don't have to move to LA to be an actor.
Yeah.
You don't.
Okay.
Not right away.
Not right away.
Not right away.
Well, there's some meccas that's popping up. Atlanta is the new Black Hollywood.
That's Hollywood, y'all.
Yes, and then there's a bunch of stuff that gets taped in New York too. So it just depends on what you're looking for and all of that. But the thing that I think for anything in the world that you want to do is that you must be open to go where the work is.
Yes.
Because it ain't in Timbuktu. It ain't always where you think it is. So when you are, and that's even for me. Like I'm moving. I officially live in Atlanta now.
Okay.
And so thank you. You have to come. And so Atlanta is more open for the work that I do as a holistic healer. The people are open. LA is open for it too. LA is just a little bit more expensive.
It's so expensive out here.
Yes. I'm like, maybe we'll start over here and then we can work our way to the next location.
That's what I would do.
Yes. So yes.
It's
expensive. I know. And I told you one of my friends is living right downtown and paying all his money and she lived next door to Skid Row. Like it's crazy. But we are so grateful for people like you who are paving the way, who are really showing us. And see, one of my personal pet peeves that I used to hate is that, well, hate is a strong word, maybe just don't like it. When people say stuff like, well, if I could do it, you could do it. But then you look at their life and they come from silver spoons. They come from spaces where their parents have given them everything and all of that. And then, but when you see a person like you from Wilbur, from where we from, and really is, I'm doing this. You could do this too. I believe. I believe. You truly are. Yes, you are the evidence for the rest of us that say, oh, I want to live in LA. You think I can live in LA? Listen, don't matter. I you know how they do with the Bentley commercials, the Rolls Royce commercials. It ain't none. It ain't none.
Right.
It ain't none. Because you know how much it costs. It costs what it costs. So if you want to go, then you count the cost, you prepare yourself, and then you get to getting. Because if you don't do what's on your heart to do, the level of disappointment in your life is unimaginable. And sometimes you can't even, sometimes people don't come back from it. You know, be like, oh, I was supposed to, or at one time. You ever hear people that's lost living in the past because I was an all time football player back in, but they stuck there because they've never done anything else. And so even if you couldn't go to the NFL, maybe your job was to teach other children so that they can work their way up, maybe in Pop Warner or in school or somewhere. To live through someone else if maybe you got injured or whatever. So you got to always be willing to pivot, I think, in any dream that you're going for. And so I'm just so happy for you. I'm so happy for everything that I see. Blood, sweat, tears, and fears by any means.
Can we talk about it?
Yes.
That is so real. I mean, it's and the thing about it is it's like how I would like to be is just as transparent with anybody who ever asks me like how it is. I don't want to paint a pretty picture. Not saying that it's all bad.
Yeah.
Because it's not all bad. But a lot of the times we miss the process, and that's why you hear a lot of people who be like, "Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that," and it's just like, "Oh, anybody could do it," but are you willing to do what it takes?
Yes.
And sometimes that's the people are missing, and that's why I like to talk to like young people about that too. Like, oh, let me tell you about the process.
Yeah.
Because that's the part that I feel like I was missing sometimes.
Yes.
The process of things, and it's like as I'm getting older, I'm learning that you have to trust it.
Yes.
And it's very hard to trust the process. And there's some days where you're just like, oh my God, this is what they should have taught in college.
Yes. Yes.
Just how to have faith.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I mean, even when I was moving to LA, I was so excited, but I didn't know what I was really getting myself into. You know, like the magnitude. I mean, and I should have paid more attention to how I got here. Like my best friend and I, my best friend Savannah, she had just started a new job, and she was like, "You're moving to LA," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's gonna cost so much money for me to ship my car to LA, and I'm trying to figure it out." And she was like, "I just started this new job, and it's nothing for me to get some days off. We could drive. I'll go with you." I'm like, "Are you serious?" She was like, "I'm dead serious." When I tell you I put everything that I could fit into my car, like everything that I could fit. So I was leaving some stuff in my sister's closet, in the closet at my parents' house, but I put everything that I could. And I feel like that journey across the country was just so symbolic. Because it's like, you know, we had moments where we were laughing, and that's a part of the process. You have days where you just laugh and everything is just beautiful. Everything is going as planned. And then you have like a curveball, like running away from tornadoes, from hail, and trying to figure out like, what should I do? Like, should I turn around? Should I stop? Should I go? And then you have moments where you're just tired.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Some where you don't feel safe.
Yeah.
But then it's just like that moment of like, but it's all worth it because I learned something from every state that I went through, every weather situation. And then I finally got there. And like literally as I crossed over into the state of California, I looked at her and I said, "Oh my God, I'm moving to California." And I just busted out crying. And I promise, like, that's how this journey of being an actor, being an adult, and taking a risk and making that jump, and it was so symbolic.
Yes,
it was so symbolic. You know, moments where it's like, you know, we cried. I cried. Yeah. You know, and some days where I'm like, God, I don't know how I just paid rent this month. I have no clue where the money came from. Yes. But I'm on set, and I'm looking at, you know, Issa Rae now.
Yes.
I don't know how I'm paying my rent, but I'm looking at her. I'm in her space, and I'm moving forward. It's like
mind blowing.
You know what I mean?
I know. One of my friends said the same thing too. You should take the drive to California. It'll be the best. It'll be the best and the worst thing you've ever done.
It's the best. I mean, I'm telling you, it's first of all, it's just I had never left the East Coast prior to moving to the West Coast. Wow. So I had only come up here one time for a celebrity wedding. And that when I went, it was Sunday Carter. She was getting married. She was doing celebrations with David Tutera.
Yes.
And she came in because I did an internship in Philly before I moved with DG Radio, and I was a co-host. And Sunday came with her daughter Deja, and they were talking. They were like, "Come to LA. Matter of fact, we have an event. Y'all come." So me and Sierra, she was an intern at the time. We put our little coins together and we came over to LA, came out here for the wedding. It was beautiful, you know, and I was like, I'm moving here. So I went back home, and Darlaina, when I tell you I was working overtime, that was not even, I wasn't supposed to be taking that overtime.
Yes.
I was busting my butt. I saved up my little coins and I moved over here. So technically my third time coming here, because I did come out here to just make sure my apartment was real.
Yes.
The third time I came to California was when I moved here. And it was, and so I didn't know nothing about the West Coast. And it was like, it was beautiful. I mean, you're driving through the different time zones.
Love it.
Like,
I love it. 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 I really feel like everybody should come at least once or twice. I feel like when you, and I say it to my friends all the time that live there, bring me back to the sun. Bring me back to the sun. I want to come back to the sun. But I did experience one earthquake while I was there.
We just had one yesterday.
Oh my goodness. It's like normal.
We just had one yesterday.
The people who live there, they so used to it, it don't mean nothing, right? I was there, I was up cooking, and it happened, and I thought something was on the roof.
Right.
Then I said, oh, maybe that sounds like it's outside. Then it sounded like a whole train, and then it stopped. And so immediately my phone rang. It's my girlfriend Yvette. Darlaina,
are you okay?
We just had a little shaky shake, and I know that you're not used to it, so I'm just calling to make sure that you're okay. Are you okay? I'm like, at first, when I realized what it was, I was darting to the car. In my mind, I thought I was going to drive home to Philly in a rental car. In a rental car, I'm about to go. I'm about to just leave. And then it was over, and it was fine, and it's just normal, you know. That and then in September when I came was the fires, and so the fires are normal too. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was normal. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna burn everything down. And they're like, oh no, this is the time, this is the season. You know, I looked on my phone. You know, you look at the weather, and the weather says smoke. Stay inside.
Right. Stay inside.
Stay inside. I'm like, wow.
It takes some adjustment, but I definitely stay inside. I'm like, all right, as long as it's not near me. I mean, it takes some getting used to.
It did. Because I think I was there for like 10 days. So it was definitely, and it's still like the sun and the beautifulness and 7 straight days of 70 degree weather or a month of it. Like, what? Like that is that to me, I understand. I get it 100%. And as I am opening up my healing houses, there is one that is going to happen in California. I already know. I just don't know when and the how and the where, but I just know that I'm going to have 5 locations, and California is definitely going to be one of them. Miss Felicia, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want the people to know about you?
That's a good question. I don't usually get this a lot. Anything about me? I would just say, let's just make it about y'all. Like, if there's anything that you want, regardless if it's acting, whatever it is, if you want to start a business, just do it.
Yes.
Do it scared. Do it scared. Do it broke. Do it when you're depressed. Do it when you're happy. Do it when you're full of joy. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Find a way to just do it. And every day, do as much as you can towards it.
Yeah.
It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take some time off if you need to. It's okay to maybe put something on pause just to get your coins together. But every day, try to do something towards whatever it is that you desire, so that you don't have moments like Darlaina was talking about earlier, where you feel like, I should have, I could have. You can.
Yes.
You can. And it's not easy. That's why I say take breaks when you need to.
Yes.
Take a step back.
Yes.
But, get back to it. Don't let it be a dream deferred. Whatever that may mean for you.
Yeah.
Because trust in the process is so real.
Yes, it is.
And it's just like, but you have to trust it.
Yes.
Trust the process. That's what I would say, because that's what I'm doing. So if y'all are following me, if you follow my journey, you're going to see me do some things. Yes. Not in anything selling my soul type thing or nothing that's going to disrespect me. But you will see me like not acting so well. You will see me have a great performance.
Yeah.
You will see me trip. You will see me fall.
Yes. Yes.
You will see me in an ad on social media.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You will see me doing background work.
Yes.
You will see me with a leading role.
Yes.
You will see all of that. And that's all a part of the process. And I don't feel ashamed for any part of it, because everything must happen for me to get to the next step. So
absolutely,
that's what I would say to y'all, to know about me. Because any advice that I ever give somebody, that's me telling you a part of my story. Absolutely. So keep following me.
Yes.
Following my story.
Yes.
Watch her blossom.
Watch her blossom, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm definitely watching. You know, I always can tell when I have somebody on. I'm getting so good at this that I know when to ask questions and I know when to let somebody talk. You truly are one of those people that we just want to let you talk. Because we want to hear the story. We want to hear how it's done. We want to know, like, how does a girl from Willingboro hop in her car and go to LA? Like, that's a big deal.
With no money, but found money.
No money. Listen, I could tell you that is the exact same story I can tell you about me going to Atlanta. This is my third time going, and they say 3 times is a charm. And I already have people lined up ready for my services, and I'm not even there yet. And so, you know, it is definitely different. I'm in a different space. I'm in a more trusted process space, because my bank account is looking like
right. And but it's just like, but you just keep going and you keep trusting the process, because money will pop up out of nowhere, and you're like, what?
Yes.
What did
Every single time. It's so fun. And then don't worry about like things like credit. I think credit is a system. It's a system that can be manipulated so much. And I could tell you, I just had this conversation with one of my friends. Last year this time, my credit score was a 450. I didn't even know it go into the 4s.
Right.
But you cannot fix what you do not confront. And so I started to do some things and got it together. And last week when I checked my credit, it's a 702.
Come on now.
So listen, it is
credit is being fixed as we speak.
Yeah, so you got to know that it is a system. It's not even us. Things happen and it causes us to be in certain spaces, and know that it's okay to be in those spaces, because once you confront it, you get to fix it. So you get to fix it because it's a system. So because it's a system that requires a certain amount of activity, a certain amount of work. And guess what happens? You fix it.
Yep.
So know that anything that is a system, part of, even Joe Biden is talking about this system and how they could do better with this system. Yeah. He even said something about taking the system away. Like the people like, no, don't do that. Because people are people, and we all have ups and we all have downs, and those things shouldn't have to follow you the rest of your life, because when you was 20, you did stupid stuff. That kind of thing. So
learn from it.
Absolutely. So I am a walking testimonial of learning as I go. Learning to prepare better, learning to budget, learning to do a whole bunch of things that I never did before. And that's not even our fault, because our parents sometimes don't even know, because nobody taught them. I grew up hearing my mother say, you can't get blood from a turnip. So I grew up saying, you can't get blood from a turnip, jacking stuff up before I even knew what I was jacking up. So absolutely, follow Miss Felicia, all of the things that she has going on. We are excited for you. I'm excited to continue to watch the journey, yours, and we're going to have you to put your husband in there too, because he is working too. You guys are the perfect team, the perfect couple that have similar entertainment type dreams, so it absolutely works. And so he's all quiet in the background a little bit, but uber talented. Uber, because I don't know what happened, but some kind of way, like I don't think he gave me his social media, and I just happened to hear you say something, and then that's how I got it and started following him. I'm like, oh my God, he's so good.
Yeah,
he's so good.
He's definitely the more quiet. He's the quiet one.
Yes, you may say. I was about to say, we
it's
the yin and the yang of it all. But you guys, I thank you so much. I thank you for hanging out a little bit longer. I always, when you are the boss of things, ain't nobody running this network. I'm running my own network right now. And so, when the spirit says do and go, you follow your intuition. I follow my intuition for everything. Your gut will tell you the truth every single time. If your gut say no, is no. And then you go and say yes, and then you wonder what happened. So follow your intuition, follow your gut. It will always tell you what it is that you need to be doing. Follow Miss Felicia, follow me, follow these things that are happening, because we are unapologetically being who we are, unapologetically sharing our worlds with you, so that we can be the evidence standing in front of devastating losses, standing in front of not having enough, standing in front of I'm going to do this thing regardless, as the evidence for each and every one of you to do exactly the same thing. And I promise you that as these episodes continue, and it's so funny, guess what? It's more than 100.
Is it?
It's more than 100, because this is what happened. It was like, how you get a bunch of people together, and then some people answer and some people don't, and then they finally do. And it's like, oh my God, I already got my people. So then God said, just add them as bonus babes. So we have at least 6 or 7 bonus babes. So we're going to go over. And then starting on June 20th on Father's Day, we will have 100 men. So tell your husband to get ready, because there will be 100 men as well. And so I thank you, my sister, for being here. I thank Danielle Jeter for introducing me to you. I am so grateful for her, because just like me and my other friend Jathia said, we're keeping her. So we're keeping you. And so we're going to continue to follow. You'll be able to see this on IGTV. It will be hosted there. So you will be IGTV. It's on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook and YouTube and Periscope too. But I have people in posts that are added that will add the picture, so that people who can't see you on those other platforms will be able to see your picture. So we are making it do what it do. I'm learning so many things about production. That's a thing. That's a thing. That's a thing. Did you know that was a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. Production and post-production and all this old good stuff. So I am learning, and so learn right with us as we go through this process, because by the time we finish 100 plus our 7, 8 bonus babes, we're gonna do 100 men, and by the time we do 100 men, honey, we're gonna be good at this come 2022. So yes. So thank you, my sister. Follow her. Follow this journey that I have been watching. It has been an amazing journey watching Miss Felicia do the things that she's doing and being the evidence for each and every one of us that, yep, I could be an actor, I could be a truck driver, I could be a doctor, I could be a lawyer, I could be whatever. And so thank you.
There might be days where y'all see me doing a little bit of everything.
All of those. So listen, I saw it. Listen, go to her your website. Your website has your pictures in doctors and all of those. So go and look and see. You will not believe. Like, she transformed so good. You
believe. See me as the Easter Bunny.
Yes.
I do everything.
Listen, I am so and that's really where it's all about. That's really what it's all about. Being willing to do what it takes, because you never know, like, what that will be. Just like you said, you doing background work, and Dr. Loretta Long is on here. She is the woman who played Susan from Sesame Street for 50 years. She is my good friend. We are working together. We're co-authoring a book together, right? And I told her, I said, oh yeah, when I was in Atlanta, I was doing a bunch of what did I call extra work? I was like, I was being an extra. That was just so much fun to be an extra, right? She said she said that is not what it's called. That is called background talent. So be background talent, because I have met some of the most amazing people on these sets doing this stuff. Just like who's going to show. I have people that I'm still friends with to this day. I was on Love and Hip Hop like 5 times.
Because you never know who people will be.
Listen,
you never know. Yes. That somebody you're sitting next to can be the next star, and you don't even know it.
Yep.
You don't even know it. So treat everybody, the janitor, the production people, whoever, treat everybody with respect, because you don't know where your next blessing can come from. But if you mean to the wrong person, you miss the blessing.
And that follows you. That follows you. People will say, "Oh,"
because it's a big industry that is very, very
small. Yep, absolutely.
Very small.
Yes, it'd be like, oh yeah, I remember her. She wasn't nice.
Absolutely. And you never know when your picture gonna pop up and you're in the conversation. And somebody like, oh nope.
And listen, I am the one who has said that at times. People will say, "Oh, well, what you think about?" She wasn't nice. I don't want to work with her. And it could be for anything. It could be for an event. It could be because somebody, needs a particular person to do, and that could be the thing that you do. But because you weren't nice, and it could be that you just weren't nice that moment because you had a bad day or something. But it's no excuse for it.
They don't nobody care. You get one chance
to make that first impression.
Exactly. So just be nice. Just make it so natural that it just happens. So you don't got.
Yeah. I met Yandy. Yandy, what's her last name?
Smith. Oh, Yandy Smith.
Yeah, Yandy from Love and Hip Hop. She was a keynote speaker for one of Danielle's conferences, and one of the things that she said in the industry, she said, "Just be kind."
Yeah.
She said, "Just be kind." She said, "Being kind has taken me more places just because people remember how nice I was."
Yeah, that's real.
So just be kind. So I've heard it my whole life. My parents were, their parents were. And so I just know to be that way, even when stuff is not going 100%. Like I could choose to be angry and bitter and say, "I'm not doing no show today because my mom died. I'm not happy." I choose happy.
Yeah. I choose joy.
I choose happy. I choose joy. I choose who she was.
Yeah.
I choose who she was. Happiness and joy. Happiness and joy. So I choose all of that. So follow. We will be back here tomorrow for episode 70. And tomorrow is going to be epic because I landed. Shout out to Brittany O from the Brittany O show out in LA. Brittany said, "You want somebody on your show? Keep asking and keep emailing them until they say yes." And I was so scared to ask this lady. So scared. And I only asked once, and the answer was yes. Dr. Gina Page of African Ancestry will be on my show tomorrow. Multi-millionaire who created with another gentleman who is the doctor behind it. She will be on my show tomorrow. Dr. Gina Page from African Ancestry. That is so huge. I absolutely believe in everything that African Ancestry does because they were the first. Before Ancestry, before 23andMe and any other of the other companies that are out there, they were first. They are probably, I think, 17 or 18 years old now. And they go so deep. Like all these other companies, they have, and I know this because I follow her from the first time. I met her probably 2 years ago at an event, talked to her. She got on my live that day. And my mentor is her good friend. So my mentor didn't even give me a warm intro. She was like, "Oh no, just reach out." What? No, I need you to tell me. Right? So no, I didn't get a warm entry. I didn't get anything special. I just had to do what I did. And so I listened to her talk about people being the first victims of identity theft because everything was taken from us, our rituals, our names, everything. And so what African Ancestry does, because they have the largest DNA samples, over 30,000, and these other ones between them might have 3,000, they have 30,000. Not only can they tell you where you're from in Africa, they can tell you what tribe and what village. So when you go, they can tell you you are from this tribe. You can go to that tribe, introduce yourself, and get your African name, the one that was stripped from you. You can get any rituals, anything that you need to learn from your village, from your tribe. You can get that because you'll know, because they. So I did mine. I'm waiting for it to come back. I'm probably on week 5. It takes about 8 weeks. So I was hoping that I would have it back in time before she came on, because once she said yes, I hurried up and got it. And the other thing, right now, when I first do it, that test was $600. It is now, since the pandemic, it has been $299. And only one person in the family has to do it. So if you do it for your sisters, your cousins, your brother, your mother, your father. So literally everybody can put $20 in and one person do it, and you get your ancestry for the whole family. And that is why I absolutely love this company. I've been talking about it for a long time, and God is so good, because all I did was had to ask one time, and the answer was yes the first time. But I was the one fearful and afraid that they were going to say no, because of who she is. I'm just, oh my God, it's Dr. Gina Page. She founded this company. She founded this whole thing. I've been listening to her for the last 2 years. Like, she said yes. She said yes. So May 10th, Dr. Gina Page, African Ancestry, will be here on the Darlaina Rose Show.
Woo! I'm here for this. I am so proud of you. Keep going.
Thank you. Listen, we well over time. These people done hung out. They like, no, we out here. So people will watch it and replay. I'm so glad. So thank you again for being here, Queen. I appreciate you so much. Have an amazing rest of your day. Tell husband I said what up. I'll be to see y'all soon. As soon as I get settled, I'm coming to the sun. I need to come to the sun. So I'll let you know.
Okay, well, and I'll be in Atlanta next month, so I'll be DMing you.
Oh, please. You got my phone, but you don't got to DM me, girl.
I do. I'm gonna call you.
Call me, girl. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for staying a little bit longer. We appreciate you so much. You guys, make sure that you are here tomorrow for episode epic number 70. Thank you, Felicia, for being here. Bye, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow.